Hello to members of the 16 Tech Makerspace community. I hope everybody's doing very well. I think while we're all stuck at home for the next couple of weeks, this is a great opportunity for us to learn some design software. And thankfully, there are some amazing free design tools like Tinkercad and Fusion 360 that we can learn online for free. And I propose that we all learn these together and maybe even share some of the things that we make over the next few weeks. So you might hear my 8-month-old assistant in the other room struggling through her nap. Hope that isn't too distracting. So I will show a few screencast videos and tutorials, and I'll direct people to where you can follow on online with some other tutorials. And I'll push this to our Mighty Networks app, to our Facebook page, and to our newsletter. Looking forward to it. Thanks. I'm going to be exploring a picture-within-picture screen capture technique, so bear with me. I'm going to swap to the screen, and first off, here's a simple Google Drive doc that I have a few links to. I'm going to find a good way to conveniently disseminate this through the crowd, through our community, so that you can click on these and follow along without having to type in the URLs from this video. First thing I'm going to do is just show a quick picture of what the Fusion 360 app looks like. This is a little bit complicated. It's, like I said, nearly enterprise quality, so that is as good as fully paid commercial packages, but there are a lot of free demos, and if you're a student or if you're a company making less than $100,000 a year, I think you can use this for free as well. Now, the tutorial that I suggest people follow along with the Fusion 360 one is this step-by-step for the absolute beginner. And what I like about this is that this fellow, Kevin, tries to do what I like, which is every keystroke, every button click, every line of code, doesn't leave anything out. And after following his 30 or 40-minute video, you'll be able to make this stamp, and you can customize some of the text in there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people do with this. That's pretty fun. Note that, let me go into that there. I've kind of jumped around when I learned Fusion 360. I didn't sit through the manual or go through every tutorial lesson consecutively. I learned what I needed to do when I needed it. So I like things that can give me a sense of gratification pretty quickly. So here, within 30 minutes, you can make a little stamp that you could then 3D print. Once you have a sense that you can actually navigate the environment and have gone all the way through a project and gotten a little bit of gratification, then I do recommend that you go through the whole lesson plan. Even if some of the lessons aren't very exciting, it won't leave any holes in your knowledge of the software, which might kind of haunt you later. So that's actually something I look forward to going through over the next couple of weeks. The other thing that I really like to do when I'm learning software, if you're lucky enough to have two monitors, and I've got my monitor here and a laptop that you can't see. I tend to put my video, and I wonder if this is how I get it to, no, can't make that smaller. I get my video on one side, and I get the software on the other, so that I can play the video tutorial and do exactly what it's telling me in the software. And if I can't find a button or feature, I can hit pause, go back and learn very easily. So that's the fastest way I've ever learned. If you don't have two monitors, there is a quick trick to putting both apps side by side. For example, YouTube and Fusion 360. And let me see if I can do this here. Pause that. Switch to the full. There we go. Screen within screen. I think that's what we're seeing now. I'm going to put my Fusion 360 here, And if you hold the Windows key down, if you're using a PC, and if you press, for example, left arrow, that will push the whole app to the left side of the screen. Then if I open my YouTube, here's my browser. If I hold the Windows key and the right arrow, then it automatically pushes it and fits it on the right side. Hope that helps. Now you can watch on one side while using the software on the other. And of course, you can move the windows around to give you a little bit more room. Okay, so that was Fusion 360, which, like I said, is a little bit complicated. If you want a confidence booster before jumping into something like that, I recommend Tinkercad, and I'm going to put that here on the screen. Tinkercad is a pretty good CAD software, despite its its rather simple name. And what's nice about it is that you can use it directly in your browser. You don't have to install anything, and we can sign in with Google. And if it's your first time signing in, let's do this one here. Okay, I signed in earlier. If it's your first time signing in, if you have the same account in Fusion 360, which is also cloud-based, so it will ask you for a user ID, an email address. Tinkercad is also owned by Autodesk. It was such a great product that Autodesk bought it. So when you first log into Tinkercad, it'll ask if you want to link your account with your Fusion 360 account if you're using the same email address. And that will allow a lot of cloud-based sharing, even some co-working virtually with other collaborators. So this is a much simpler program, and I do have a few links to some of the tutorials. It might be fun to see if we can make almost exactly the same kind of stamp in Tinkercad as we do in Fusion 360. So I'll be trying that out, and we'll see what we can do. Do you want to help? My little assistant. Oh, match those keys. Thank you.